You don't have to have a game where everything is self-explanatory. You don't have to have a game where everything is put out in front of you. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 26 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinions on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 9. Why am I going here? I don't know. Let's just tackle the assholes first. Plugman stage is pretty interesting. There's something about the graphics that I'm not sure about. Maybe they're a bit too bright or something. The color schemes are a bit strange. Like, it's so bright of green. Oh well. They're still nice, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying. I just ate hot wings, my heart rate is fucking up the roof. But for some reason when these tellies turn, their eyeballs vanish. Attention to detail could have been better there, but they're coming out from the pipes. I like that. There's also an outlet on the wall. Nice. So, what is... well, let's use the Magma Bazooka in the only stage that is actually viable in Concrete Shot. Interesting weapon, in fact. Well, turns everything into concrete and you can jump on it. You don't even have to kill enemies to be able to jump on it. In fact, you can lay it on top of spikes. I said... God! Oh my gee! Okay. I'll showcase it at some other section. You can lay it on top of spikes and guard yourself that way and cross sections that would otherwise be lethal. I like that. Oh my god. I do kinda hate those pop-ups, but what can you do? Teaching elements were okay in this stage as well in the beginning, showcasing how these things work. You can only get that with the Hornet Chaser again, so not a bad stretch there. Questionable. Walking behind the slow cat again. Mets, the hell! You have almost no space to battle them, but it's fun to see. Yeah, the Mets are back. Same cannon from the other stage. And Yoku blocks, of course, you have to have them. That Met is placed horribly. It's solely there to kill you. There's no other reason for that Met to be there. Literally, that's the only reason. It's kinda sad. You shouldn't have to resort into killing the player for stuff like this. And then when you try to jump too near the edge, well, you're just dead. One flaw in the mechanics of the game there. I kinda had forgotten about that, because we played so many bad fan games, so that's an actual problem. Well, one thing we can scold Mega Man 9 about. There we go, we can skip that like that. Just be fast enough, of course, not on your first playthrough, or even like the fourth one. But just to know that's a thing. That Met is just garbage. Should not have it like that. At least not on top of spikes, if you wanna have it like that. Well, I just skipped that whole section there. Nice, it gives you options on what to do. Very, very well done, Yoku blocks, even though I don't like the design of Yoku blocks in general. But I think it's an okay pattern here. It's not bad. And if you're good enough, you can get all of these goodies here. And here we have the Black Mega Men, kind of clones that spawn from these doors. And someone said in another fan game, it's been so long I can't remember which one, but somebody said that these can't jump, but I don't know what I'm seeing here. It is jumping. So someone accused the fan game of being wrong when these should not jump, because they never did in Mega Man 9 either, but here it is jumping. So you're wrong. See? You just have to be in a very specific spot for them to jump. They don't usually jump if they're not close to you, so That's a fun, I think that's a fun gimmick. A stage gimmick, if you will. Another one here. So, you kind of have to think about when you spawn those on the screen. It's nothing, nothing more than that. Hard section here. Have to time it very well in order not to get killed. This stage is just a huge, well, you could say trial and error stage, but I'm not sure what to call that. The stage is full of Yoku blocks, but it also is very good at giving you prizes for your success. That's very nice. But the stage is famous for being a fuck all, because of all the Yoku blocks and all the pits in the stage. It's ridiculous. And a dead end with spikes, at least you can see them colored very well. Not a huge fan of this stage. It has a good flow if you know what you're doing, but if you have no idea, if you have no experience, then this stage can prove to be a bit too difficult. It's ridiculous, in fact. Rush Jet would actually be good here, I think. Of course, you'd need to know where you get it from. I don't think it's even that good in clearing all of the sections anyway. Plugman stage is just one of those you want to tackle last. This guy, you'll almost certainly get hit if you don't know exactly what you're doing. A lot of that trial and error gameplay in this stage. Well, you could say it's not trial and error, you can avoid all of this. Yeah, you can, but how many of you are gonna actually avoid all of this on your first playthrough? Not like you have to. That's not what I'm saying. When I say stuff like that, it's to nitpick. You don't have to have a game where everything is self-explanatory. You don't have to have a game where everything is put out in front of you for you to understand how they work. That doesn't make a very good game. But when we nitpick stuff like this and hack them and slash them into small portions like that, it helps you understand what makes a great game. It doesn't mean you have to do it by the book. It doesn't mean that you can't have trial and error in your game. That makes the game. Stuff like insta-kills and something like that, in good taste, they can actually, they can be pretty fun. I'm not saying that you should never do them. I'm just saying that everything in moderation, of course. This stage went a bit overboard. It's very difficult. It's probably the most difficult stage in the entire game. I'm not sure, like there was place for a lot more electric type things to have in the stage. Not just these things, whatever these are, spark shocks going on the ground. And we have our first big eye here. Doesn't take nearly as much damage as some others, but still takes a reasonable amount. But it's so slow, that's a good design. It sometimes can jump a bit faster, I think, and higher. That's the low one and that's the high one. No, never mind, it's pretty slow. It's a pretty good design, even though it kind of looks like a dick. But they went with a more penis-like design in Mega Man 10 for some reason. I guess that wasn't enough. Well, that's the stage. Not a big fan of it. What can you do, though? Plugman is pretty fun. Another reactionary boss battle. A lot of people are gonna say, holy fuck, this is the worst Robot Master they've ever seen. Well, yes and no. Can be learned. It's all about your reflexes. If you have garbage reflexes, yeah, you're gonna suck at the fight. But there's no situation where you get absolutely stuck. It's pretty much always your own fault. I could have gotten out of that as well. I just needed to jump better. In no circumstances I don't think Plugman corners you in a way where you can't get out. It's always your own fault for being in that spot. Plugman is just one of those Robot Masters. Again, you want to save the stage for the last one. With good reason. In SRX, the speedrunning event, there we go, you can jump over it. I actually no damaged this guy live on a marathon race. That's I was caught by surprise by that. I can't believe I did that. But you can actually get this guy stuck. I'm not very good at doing that. Felon is actually good at doing that. I'm not. So I probably won't even try it. You kind of go in the middle here, and you keep jumping left and right, and he'll kind of get stuck in a pattern. But it's so hard to do, it's so hard to manage. I can't do that. So, just to know, you can actually get him stuck. But it's so difficult, probably your common man is not able to do that. You have to be a felon to be able to do that. So props to him, I suppose. I just can't do that at all. Plugman, I like him. Even if people say, it's hard, I can't do it. He's reasonable. You can learn it. Robot Masters can be hard, but look at this. What's wrong with this? He's well built. Everything is dodgeable. He doesn't corner you in a way where you can't get out. Or maybe he does. I've just never experienced that myself. Maybe there's some things he does that kind of get you caught. But it's a Robot Master, come the fuck on. You can't be perfect. Unless it's Concrete Man. Plugman, pretty fun though. I love him. I personally like him. I like that it's hard. I like that there's challenge. I like that. It's well designed. It's not like it's Elecman who kills you in 3 hits. No, it actually gives you some time to react. I think it's pretty well done, Robot Master. The Robot Masters in this game, I feel like, needed other attacks as well. They're kind of same deal as in Mega Man 4. They just do one thing and that's it. So maybe that's one thing we can critique about here. Plug Ball, of course, one of the worst weapons in the game. We also have our first female Robot Master in the game. Fine, let's do that. You can actually beat this stage without ever firing a single shot. It's one of the few stages in the entire Mega Man universe where you can actually do that. I can try that. I'll probably get hit because I have not played this stage in so long. But we'll see what goes on. This is one of the hardest spots if you're doing that. If you're doing that. There we go, we got hit already. But I said not firing any shots. I didn't say anything about getting hit. So let's see how you would do that. We will go through this stage again and I will evaluate it. But for now, let's try. Let's try to do the stage without firing a shot. Because I love doing that. I love finding stuff like that out. See what we can do here. It's probably the easiest stage to start with. And when people learned that there's a female Robot Master, most of the audience is probably gonna start with Splash Woman. Because it seems the best place to start, because you're like, there's a girl Robot Master. I wonder what that's about, and then they pick the stage, most likely. I will not mention anything about the stage yet, that's for the evaluation. I will just try and showcase to you how you don't have to fire a single shot. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I mean, I guess it showcases the... showcases the good design of the game, I suppose. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, you don't have to fire at all. But you have to have that easy stage in your game, I believe. You have to have that one easy starter that gets you going. Even if you don't happen to pick it at first, well, it's gonna always be there, you can just come back to it. We're almost done, actually, already. Ooh, that's one of the hardest ones. And you're out. No shots fired. Interesting, right? Heavy metal, I'm not sure what that is. I can't remember the heavy metal. So that was that. It's just an interesting fact, I suppose. Nice sprite on Splash Woman. And would you look at the graphics here. Having that Dive Man vibe. These guys introducing themselves. If you get too close or you shoot them, they'll get mad. Kinda shitty that the right side is open. You're like first when you come here, you're like, okay, I have to jump over this pit. But no, you're actually supposed to go down here. So that is that. Single color. Well, what I mean is that the head is not colored differently, but you still have to shoot the head. Would have been nice to have 2 colors on it.
It has white.
Okay, would have been nice to have 3 colors on it. Challenge to pick up this bolt. And here's the fuck you moment. Really? Why though? Mega Man 9? That's so unnecessary. That is not how you create challenge in a Mega Man game. No. Please. Just have to wonder what they were thinking. Okay, now we know. Let's pick a side. That's so crappy. It's so not Mega Man, right? Otherwise, the pacing is pretty good in this stage. Just these things that keep on coming from the side. They're so fast, you pretty much never had enough time to react. You're just shooting blindly like this because you're never gonna know when they're gonna come out. And that's a clue. That's when you know the design is probably not the best. Because when you're already panicking of what's to come, then yeah, it's gonna be a bit ridiculous. Also here, if you manage to hug the right wall and you keep going, you kinda twitch like that. I'll show it on the mini screen because I couldn't do that. But, minor thing again, just something I have noticed playing this game. The pacing is okay, but those fast fish, they're just a bit too fast. I would have slowed them down a bit. Or showcase them on the side of the screen and then make them come at you, so that would have helped that situation. So out of everything you want to take from the old Mega Man games, you take the Wave Man bubble section. Why? It's not it's not fun. It's a kind of boring section. I'm not sure why they chose this. I mean, I get it. It's kind of obscure. You're like, can you remember which game this was from? In that sense, kind of nice, I suppose. But these fish, they just keep coming. I would have added something else here, to be honest. Probably something from another game. It's just the Wave Man section is a bit. And again, you have to be. You have to practice that a bit to get that down. You're probably dropped down a bunch of times, but if you played Mega Man 5, you know how that works. Again, you can kill enemies through walls, so this guy doesn't really have any purpose. Save spot here. I do like the color differentiation between the background and the foreground. The ladder, it looks very nice. The white ladder against the dark green. It's just at most times it does graphically excel, but then sometimes, like Magma Man stage, very cheap looking, very strange. Feels like different people designed different stages. They are so different. Oh shit, I have not failed there since who knows how long ago. I love this section though. The teaching element here is good because you can't actually die. Well, that's convenient. There we go. The weapon we got was the plug ball. Goes around walls like that. Not very useful. In some certain sections though, can be okay. But I just never use it that much. I prefer the Buster over that. Nice challenge here as well. The last screen of these. I just don't know what this is good for. It's like the bubble lead from Mega Man 2. But done better, but it's still not saying much, it still sucks. But if but like I said in the weapons video, another one of these where there's no wall. But like I said in the weapons video, it's kind of like you would want that plug ball on Mega Man 2 instead, because that would have actually been good for that game. Plug ball would actually be beneficial there. Then we have a Splash Woman. Well, kind of plays on that gimmick of low gravity underwater. Not bad. Again, learning curve is pretty steep on this one. You have to know exactly how to move below her when you're dodging those projectiles like that. It's very difficult at first, but once you get it down, it's not too bad. Kind of a fun Robot Master in the sense that it's actually doing two different things, as opposed to just one. The pacing is pretty alright, there's nothing too bad about it. An easy stage accompanied by a Robot Master that takes two HP per shot. Not bad, I don't think. Kinda underwhelming at the same time, but like I've said, that one easy Robot Master per game is a good idea. I can't find anything too wrong about Splash Woman. It's just kinda there. As the first female Robot Master, you could have made her a bit more powerful and someone else more weak. So it's like we have the first lady in the game and then she just fucking dies. Well, if you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. Catch you next time.